And I'm back. Sorry about that. I ran out of storage on my phone once again. I know it's just, phone's just being like really annoying. I guess I have to like delete like longer videos that I made like in the past or whatever. So I guess I have to start doing that. I'm just gonna start. I guess I'll just have to start doing that when I record and whatnot. So like any videos that are like on YouTube, I have to like go back and delete them because they'll just eat up the amount of space in my phone apparently. So. Plus, this phone is old and I need to get a new battery. Still got to do that. But anyway, so yeah, when I was responding to this video that Jimmy Dore made about Kyle Kulinski because he apparently went nuclear on him. He went like really nuclear on him. And then I also wanted to talk about the parts where he was like Jimmy Dore was also responding to how the Young Turks was basically inciting CNN propaganda, warmongering like propaganda about Syria. So yeah, let's continue with Jimmy Dore's nuclear attack on Kyle Kulinski.
Did he say inappropriate? You don't want to punch Cenk Uygur in the face for smearing Julian Assange while he's being tortured. You don't want to punch Anna Kasparian in the face for tweeting out a fucking doctored video to smear an award-winning anti-war journalist. You don't want to fucking punch Cenk Uygur in the face for calling Jimmy Dore a neo-Nazi. You don't want to punch Anna Kasparian in the face for doing an obvious, blatant misuse of the hashtag #MeToo. You don't want to know, but Jimmy Dore said inappropriate when he had to defend himself against a fucking sleazy smear. That reveals Kyle for who he is.
Yeah, that was pretty intense. But yeah, I mean, it just and he also doesn't want to do that against Anna for basically blackmailing him over something 7 years ago. Which, by the way, brings me to my next point. It was 7 years ago. Can we fucking move on? Can we like move on and like let it go? But no, apparently Anna Kasparian cannot let it go. She can't let shit go because it's a joke. Because she obviously just can't. Number one, she can't take a joke. She's obviously an SJW. I think that's been proven time and time again. I think the Young Turks in general is just a bunch of friggin' SJWs to begin with. And they can't let shit go. It's bullshit. So now I want to talk about the parts where they were basically doing CNN propaganda. But first, Joe Rogan also had kind of a take on it. He was saying, I love Jimmy Dore and so on and so forth. So, oh, what a day this is. I didn't even want to respond to this because it was so complex and so ridiculous. But here's my take on it. I don't care what side you take on it. If you want to take TYT's side, that's totally fine. You want to take Jimmy Dore's side, that's fine. But this is my position on it. I don't really want to get involved and I don't want to take sides, and I'm not really taking sides. I'm not taking sides here. I'm just talking about the facts. The fact is, it's obvious that Anna Kasparian is blackmailing him, is blackmailing Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore sounds really sincere when he's saying she's blackmailing me over this thing that she said 7 years ago and so on and so forth. So it sounds pretty genuine. This does not sound like a man that's making a story up.
Love Jimmy Dore. He's calling everybody out. Everybody on the left,
that
everybody
dude
on the right.
Breathes fire.
He really does.
He breathes fire.
He doesn't
Jimmy
give
does.
a fuck. He goes hard. He was doing this.
So, there you go. And I just want to remind everybody how this so that was the genesis. But here's the most recent genesis of what happened.
They said Aaron Mate yelled at me.
Okay, now the Young Turks is basically inciting CNN propaganda on Syria. See, this is the ridiculous thing. The Young Turks is supposed to be anti-war, right? They're supposed to call out the bullshit narratives on war and in the military-industrial complex in the U.S. I do that all the time on this channel. I talk about that all the time. And the Young Turks used to do that all the time, which is one of the reasons why I used to be a big fan of theirs. Kyle Kulinski did it, which is why I'm a fan of him. Jimmy Dore especially does that. A lot of lefties do that. A lot of lefties, including lefties like myself, we do that. But the Young Turks is saying the same pro-war propaganda about Assad killing his own people and all that and having chemical weapons and chemical attacks in Syria and all that, which is actually proven to not be true. And even Kyle Kulinski came out and called out the Young Turks saying that that was wrong. There's no evidence of it. Because let's be honest, the U.S. government lied about Saddam Hussein, the former secular leader of Iraq, having weapons of mass destruction. So, fast forward like 10 years later, why would we take our government seriously on the issue of chemical weapons? They lied about WMDs before, including biological weapons in Cuba, which, by the way, John Bolton of the Bush administration, who was a fucking foaming at the mouth war criminal, bloodthirsty neocon warmonger who never met a war he didn't love. He was part of the Bush administration. Stay classy. So it's obvious. So why would I believe our government on chemical weapons in Syria? Obama wanted to bomb Syria, and Trump did it not once but twice. And then, of course, creepy, sleepy Joe Biden went ahead and did it too, because he's a neoliberal warmonger as well. The military-industrial complex runs the show. American imperialism runs the show. And the Young Turks is inciting that with these stupid remarks.
Aaron Mate lighting. Aaron Mate. Everyone cares what Aaron Mate has to say, right?
I care about what he has to say because he's speaking the truth about this. These chemical attacks are not true in Syria. Okay? And by the way, if chemical attacks did happen in Syria, they were not done by Assad. They were done more than likely by the Sunni-backed rebels that the U.S. and the Arab Gulf nations are backing, including Saudi goat fucking Arabia. It guaranteed that they're the ones backing the rebels. They're backing the rebels who are Sunni against Assad and his forces, including Iran. You have them with Iran, you have them with Russia, and you have the Alawites in Syria who are Shiite, and then the Sunni rebels who are Sunnis and Shiites. Stay classy, they hate each other, have for thousands of years. So I would trust him more on this than you, Anna.
Who denies that Syrian children were killed with chemical attacks. Yeah. Fuck Aaron Mate. Yeah, fuck you. Anyway.
No, fuck you. How about that? How about that? Fuck you, bitch. You're a fucking joke. You're doing the same thing. And this is because the Young Turks used to criticize CNN all the time for their pro-war narratives. CNN and Fox News and MSNBC and all the fucking garbage mainstream media, both on the left